Is getting the architecture license worth the hassle? I mean, why is it important to even have? I mean, you can have a long career in the profession without even having the license. Well, on this week, that's what we're going to be talking about. Why it's actually important to get the architecture license. So let's go and let's get into it. Welcome back to another week of ARE Minority Connect with your boy Tony. And yes, this week we're going to be talking about is the architecture license and the process. Is it worth it and should you do it? But first, like every week, I need for you to like the video. I need you to subscribe to the channel. Help me grow this channel. And then share this. Don't leave this information to yourself. Share it with someone else because you know someone else can use this information. So spread the word. All right, so let's get into it. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So is it worth it? Should you get the architecture license? The answer to that question is very easy. Yes, you should. I get it. There are a lot of things you could be doing with your time. I mean, there's family, there's vacations, there's social events, there's even work that could get in the way. Also, I mean, financially, it costs to take these exams and get the material. So you could be using that money elsewhere, right? I get it, all of that, and you're like, maybe you work in a firm or somewhere and there are very talented people in there who don't have a license. And maybe some of them have even maybe moved up the ranks as far as organization goes in their position. But overall, outside of all of that, I think that you cannot, none of those things can or should deter you from actually getting the license and going through the process. So let's talk about it really quick. 3 reasons. I'm going to give a 4th reason for myself of why it is important to actually get the license. The first thing, number 1, guess what? You want to do it because you actually want to be able to call yourself an architect. Until you go through the process and get all your hours and take the exams, you are not an architect. No matter how much experience you get, no matter how long you've been on your job, how much you design, you could be very talented. But guess what? You will never be called an architect. So that's the number 1 reason why you want to get the license. Number 2, credibility. You gain credibility with the profession, people inside the profession, and also people outside the profession. Just normal people who are looking for architects to actually do work. So you add credibility to them. You say, hey, I have done the prescribed things that I need to do to be an architect. Okay? The third thing is your career opportunities open up. Once you have the architecture license, hopefully you're in an organization, a firm that sees the value in that and sees your hard work, and you're able to get promoted and go to the next level. Maybe you get a new title and a little bit more responsibility. You are now a person that is able to add value to your company. Or say you've been working for a firm for a while and you're like, I'm done with that. I want to open my own practice. Well, now you become the person who does it all, who is responsible for the drawings that are stamped with your stamp. But you control it. You control your feet, your time, everything. So getting the license opens up many career responsibilities. Those are just two examples I'm giving you. You know, those three things, maybe they don't sound like a lot to you, but they are. I mean, they're very important. You know, for me going through this, I said, hey, why would I go through all that hard work, go through school, the long nights, put in all this time, and not finish the whole process to become an actual architect? That's what I started out as a child, or my younger years, said I wanted to be. So the fourth thing that I would like to talk about, and it's just personal to me, is that as someone that is an African American, I always say that, hey, we look at the end card by the numbers. There are not that many African Americans that are licensed architects in the profession. So by me getting my license, guess what? I add to those numbers and help bring that number up and help diversify the profession as a whole, which we know that diversifying the profession helps the profession as a whole. And so my hope is that, you know, there's maybe there's some young African American child out there who has dreams and aspirations to be an architect, and they don't quite know what it is. They maybe haven't seen anyone in their family or know anyone, but they see me, and there's an opportunity for them to see someone who is an actual architect. And I think that's what some organizations out there like NOMA are doing with Project Pipeline. They're introducing the profession to, you know, younger kids and also younger kids of minority descent. I think that's very important as we diversify the profession. Okay, folks, that's it for this week's episode. This one was very, very quick. You know, I thought it was important for me to just share with you, you know, why it's even important to even go through all this. And we talked about the studying, and we talked about schedules and practice exams and quizzes and things like that. But, you know, someone out there may be saying, I don't even know if I want to go through all of that. Is it even worth it? I mean, you know, why would I want to get the license? But the answer to that question is yes, you do. You want to get the license so you can be an architect. All right. Until next time, peace.